Yo, hi and welcome back to the channel. The channel that tries to bring you everything and anything Arsenal. Still buzzing from the game yesterday. My goodness, that felt good. That felt sweet. There's a rivalry between Manchester United and Arsenal fans that I don't really have to tell you that much about, but it's deep rooted. No matter even if we have new rivals now in Manchester City, nothing compares really to that Manchester United and Arsenal rivalry. Because we used to suffer at the hands of these guys, when they had it good. I remember that season, was it 2011 season? And we got mauled 8-2 by United. And worse than the 8-2 scoreline was the taunting from the fans. I would hate to relive that experience again. So I'm glad, since we got Mikel Arteta, we haven't lost to Manchester United in the Premier League. And that feels so good. That feels so good. It might not be that 8-2, that one time game, but it's just consistently do it is what is even better than that 8-2, actually, if you ask me. So let's talk more about the game yesterday. Enough about United. Um, First half, really, non-event, nothing happened. The star boy for me in the first half was Zinchenko, funny enough, because I thought he controlled the game well. But that's the thing for me. I would love to see Zinchenko in a more central role. He still did a good job, but then, obviously Zinchenko gets exposed, especially by pacey wingers, and that's what happened once Ahmad came on and he had to take that yellow card, take one for the team. I appreciate him for that, and also what I even appreciate more is Mikel Arteta, having the impetus to make that substitution. That way, us as a fan base, we appreciate Zinchenko a little bit more. Instead of Mikel leaving him on the pitch for a little longer, and then maybe because he's on that yellow card, he's afraid to, put in a challenge or be a bit more aggressive. So I thought yesterday worked out really well. So Zinchenko was my star boy for the first half. But come the second half, everyone came back to life. I don't know what Mikel said to them, halftime team talk, but it must have been good because they came back and they were on it. Timber. Timber is just incredible, man. He's probably one of my candidates for man of the match, but I'm not gonna give it to him. But he's just really, really good, and he can only get better. And this is his first season. Imagine when he's got like two more seasons under his belt. Watch out for this guy, man. So yeah, Timber with the goal, great corner kicks from Bolt Rice and Saka. These guys are just phenomenal from that corner kick. They were like every single corner that came in there was a threat. At some point, Xerxes almost even scored. If not for another Manchester, United player on the line, that probably would have been an own goal. So these guys are just whipping in those balls and they don't know what to do with us. So I'm glad we have that other side to our game because if it was about looking for a goal from open play, we probably never would have got it. So big up to Timber, big up to Trossard. It was his birthday, so big up to him. And then yeah, why I'm bringing up Trossard a little bit early is because I don't, in case I forget, is that's that thing we're talking about with Trossard. Him coming off the bench. There's no problem with that. That's when he plays his best football. Him coming off the bench, So they're kind of like different. Someone who's different from him is someone like Kivior, where Kivior plays better if he starts a game. But if it's Trossard starting a game, like if it was Trossard missing those Martinelli chances, come by the second half, we're gonna be like, oh, sub Trossard off, man, bring Martinelli, bring that pace on. So you don't really get to appreciate Trossard as much, But if he comes on off the bench, that's when we appreciate him. So I hope Mikel Arteta just kind of saw. I hope he was able to kind of like see all the things that worked out for him well yesterday, and that Trossard, the Martinelli Trossard left side, situation. What he did yesterday is what I think works really well. Martinelli's on it, and if you see he's not on it, then that's when you bring Trossard on, because Martinelli's different from Saka. Saka could do nothing the whole game, but then still have that quality ball that leads to a goal. That's Saka standard. So the right side and the left side are different. So hopefully Mikel Arteta pays it a bit more attention and yeah, just do like he did yesterday and we'll be all good. Saliba, man. Oh, man. My man of the match, by the way, is Declan Rice because I thought Declan Rice was incredible. I just spoke about him, whipping in the balls, and he saved Partey's ass yesterday. And speaking of ass, Saliba literally scored with his backside, not really his ass. It was more like from his waistline, but it was around that area. So Rice and Saliba within a shout of man of the match for me, but Rice just edges it a little bit more. Um, yeah, man. You can see I'm still buzzing. I'm just talking about everyone. I'm trying to talk about everyone in the game. Kivior mentioned him earlier. I thought he did good yesterday. Zinchenko, good substitution. And then Partey, yeah, now going into midfield. Partey was all over the place yesterday. And I was one calling for Partey to actually start the game because I feel Partey plays well against Manchester United. Granted, we got the result yesterday, but Partey as an individual, he gave the ball a lot of the times. He gave the ball away a lot of the times yesterday. And I felt like, if not for Declan Rice, who saved his ass, one of them we may have just had to pay for it. But just grateful that at least Declan Rice was in there. So Partey, not his best game, but he played a lot better when he got moved to the right. you know. So maybe I understand now why maybe Mikel Arteta has chosen to play Partey on the right sometimes because you can see that quality he has there. Um, Declan Rice amazing. Martin Odegaard, he was in the game. He did, he had a few, good moments, and I felt Kai Havertz wasn't, as productive as he should have been because there was a ball, Odegaard kind of slipped through to Havertz and he didn't, he ended up just hitting it straight at the keeper. Just one of those things that I'm just, when you're calling out for a more clinicalness, if that's a word for Havertz, to have. And yeah, it just wasn't there. So Odegaard and Havertz, this Odegaard did a lot more because he's like the maestro. He's trying to he's linking up play and everything, so he does a lot more. But I felt Kai Havertz should have offered us a little bit more yesterday. He did do okay, but not the standard that we're used to. Then again, Manchester United did their homework. He's a new coach, so he probably has done his homework extensively on Arsenal. Kudos to him. So yeah, so he nullified some of our threats in open play that kind of lead to goals, but all it was just Havertz to just finish that, and then it was all up in flames. Yeah, man. Oh, who else did I not touch upon? Marino did well. I thought when Marino came on, he did really good. And then Timber had to move over to the left. Partey on the right. They did really well yesterday. Big up to the boys, man. Another win against Manchester United midweek. What else can you ask for? And then Liverpool drawing their games. But Chelsea, man, Chelsea looking good. Looking good. Good for them. Yeah. Anyway. Thanks for watching. I'm buzzing. Hopefully you're buzzing still. Just keep buzzing, man. That's right. And we go again on Sunday against Fulham. Watch what happens. I'm not gonna say much. Watch what happens. That one is revenge because they did us. They did one on us last year. But watch what happens this time. Anyway, thanks for watching, and hope you have a great rest of your week. We'll see you again Sunday. Take care.